Baldy here, she still has not had that baby, but looking at that bag, it could still be any time now, I would think. It has increased in size, but she is not calved yet. And you can see a little bit hanging out behind mom there. Well, I guess they didn't want to hang around and visit with me, but I'm so happy with how the mom has gained so much of her weight back. She's being an excellent mom. She's very protective of the calf, but not aggressive towards me, which is perfect. The calf is doing great. She is a little bitty thing, but mom has plenty of milk. She's staying with mom, mom's staying with her. Could not ask for anything more out of them. I don't know about the Baldy. Like I said, she developed that bag weeks ago and still hasn't calved. We've had some pretty good weather, a lot of moisture, a lot of rainfall. Unfortunately, that means a lot of humidity as well, but highs have been in the 80s. It's been real nice this spring so far. But now the rainfall's staying, but the temperature is falling and we're down into the high 50s and low 60s. 25, 30 degree temperature swing. It's not major, but it is enough where it could shock a newborn system. And we do have this less than a week old calf out here, and another surprise we're fixing to go right now, and I'll show you. All right, I'm apologizing now for the lighting. It's getting later in the evening and the barn is already getting dark, but we had a surprise baby born just a couple hours ago, about 2 hours ago exactly now. I was surprised at first because the Billy has only been with my herd for maybe a month, 5 weeks or so at the most. And that would put the very earliest babies being born July, but probably August, if not later than that. And that's July, August would be if they got bred right away. But I did buy this nanny here at the same sale I bought the Billy at. And I know she was young and she was thin, so I didn't think anything of it. But apparently she was bred because she has had a nice, very colorful little buckling. But I've got two concerns. When I found him, he was just born, but he was still pretty wet, and she was as far away from him as possible. In fact, you can almost see it now, Coco right there, who was the companion to last year's bottle baby Penelope, has shown more interest than the mom has. I've not seen the mom get within 5 feet of it. When he's crying, she is not looking at him, paying him any attention. That's got me concerned. And then I'm looking at her and she doesn't look like she's got a bag at all. I am certain it is her. She's the only mom possible out of this herd, because she is the only one who could have possibly been exposed to a Billy for more than the last 5 weeks. She also had some other obvious giveaways to that, but so I'm not even sure she's got milk, which is an issue as well. So my plan now is I'm going to get them in the truck. We're going to take them to the house. I'm going to put them in a little enclosure, just the two of them, hoping they will bond. I'm going to check mom and see if she's got any milk, if I can't get anything figured out, and get them to try and bond as best as possible. And then if they just absolutely won't, or she just doesn't have the milk, then I'll bring her back over here and he will just become the bottle baby for 2024. Not ideal situation, and fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but that is looking more and more likely as time passes. So let me show you him, and then we will try and get her caught. The problem with getting her caught is I have two that are not very sociable, especially when feed's not around, and she's one of them, so it might be kind of difficult to get her caught, but nonetheless, I'm going to bring y'all along, and I wish y'all were here to help. All right, so there is the mama. Let's come along. And here is the little baby. Another big concern is he's 2.5 hours old, and I have not seen his mom. Not only does she not look like she has anything, but I have not seen her anywhere near him. So that's probably meaning he has not gotten any colostrum, which is vital, which means I really want to get home, get them together, and see if I can't get him to nurse any and her to let him. And then, like I said, worst case scenario, we have to bottle feed. I do have some colostrum replacer at the house. We'll get some of that in them. And then I have some formula for kids, but I was told by a lot of people last year that the vitamin D milk is actually a lot better than the powder formula, and we ended up having a lot better luck with that with last year's bottle baby. So we will get him a bottle of vitamin D milk and start getting him on the bottle, I guess. Okay, we got the mom caught and loaded. I didn't hit my record button. I set the camera up and I just went and grabbed her because it was a perfect spot, and I never hit record, so my mistake, I apologize. Little bit is not looking too hot. He's kind of tucked up underneath that trough. So we're gonna get him, and then we'll go see if mom even has any milk and if it's even worth taking her to the house at all, or if we should just turn her back out and go ahead and make him a bottle baby from the get-go. Man, it's so hard to tell. I mean, she is the only possible option to be mama. Everybody else I've had for over a year, and it's been 9+ months since I've had a Billy exposed to any of them. So there is no way any of those other girls in the herd could be the mom. It has to be her. And she was just bred and thin when I bought her. The baby has good strength, but this is the most attention I've seen mom even halfway give him. I don't even know if she has any milk. I do think we might try and leave them together overnight, but it's not looking real good. We're not going to do too much for him right now. I do want to cut this umbilical cord, and I got some Triodine. Let's get some iodine. It's just going to keep that from getting infected and help it dry up and the rest of it to fall off. But there's so much, I want to trim it up. Ooh, baby. And because this will stain, I'm gonna sit him on the ground to do it. And then we're gonna put him in with mom, and watch him, see if he don't happen to start nursing. And then here in an hour or so, maybe less, we'll get some colostrum and get it in him. I so was not wanting another bottle baby this year, but I don't think mom's got milk. She has zero interest in him, and that's not looking great. I'm gonna try, and when my wife gets home, Kaylee, we're gonna I'm gonna hold her while she tries to make him nurse and see how that goes. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll get some colostrum in him and he'll be a bottle baby. That's part of farm life. Some days are good, some days are bad. This isn't all bad. I mean, we have a whole baby right here on the ground. That's something to be proud of. We're gonna do what we can, what's best for him, even if it's not him staying with mom, and move forward. And she is a first timer. She's young. She does get if she doesn't raise this one and doesn't have milk, she'll get a pass this year. But next spring, if she breeds back, she doesn't raise it, doesn't have milk, we'll be getting rid of her. But being a first timer like this is not all that uncommon for first time mamas. So she will get a pass this year, but next year it's make or break for her. And I'm not saying that's for sure yet. We're gonna try our best to get her to take the baby, but things are not looking good right now. I'm gonna move this kennel into this pen we set up. I have a little roof thing for it I'm gonna put on top. They're kind of protected from the north and the east. So any winds, they should be fine. But that roof is gonna, if it happens to rain any tonight, we'll protect them, and then we'll reevaluate things tomorrow. If she still hadn't taken the baby, we'll take her back to the farm. He'll get new living arrangements, probably inside. You know how the wife and kids are with things like that. So y'all stay tuned for our next one. I appreciate you following along. If you hadn't already, like and subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. We have lots of babies being born, lots of new animals between the goats and the cattle, donkeys, the horse. Lots of adventures coming up, and I hope you follow along.